the next hope. Well, yes. Wow, wait, what? That was a pretty big reaction. I wasn't expecting that. Is somebody trolling me? What's going on with that? All right. It's really hard to do this with dogs, children, and electronically generated noises. They always leave the third one off. So everybody is here for the social engineering panel, right? Okay. As you know, we're trying to get back on the schedule as quickly as possible. Here in Bell, our overflow, the talk for noobs, which is not nearly as well attended as this talk, is happening in Lovelace. So without any further ado, please everybody give a huge round of applause and a welcome for Emmanuel and the social engineering panel.
Greetings everybody, and welcome. I hope you're all having a great time at the conference. It's too bad it has to end tomorrow, isn't it? It really is. Well, if you want this place to stay standing, please sign our petitions that are located all throughout the space to save the hotel, because we sure as hell aren't going to have a conference in a 67-story office building if that gets put here instead. Social engineering. This is a tradition since the very first HOPE conference, where we talk about ways of getting information from people and demonstrate it live through our amazing phone lines. We'll do a little bit of that, but first I'd like all the way over on the left for people to start introducing themselves. Oh, Bernie, are you okay?
Hi, I was backstage hooking up phone lines.
Oh, okay. Bernie's the guy hooking up the phone line here and making sure it works. And apparently he's doing that again. While he's, okay, are you back?
I'm sorry?
Introduce yourself so we know who you are.
Oh, I'm
sign language.
I'm Bernie S, and I've been known to make some phone calls in my day, and we had to pull some rabbits out of the hat at the last minute here just to get the phone line so you guys could hear phone calls and stuff. But it's all fixed and everything's great, and this will be fun.
I'm not Kevin. I social engineer people. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Hi, I'm the Rodent, and this is Sid Vicious, the world's only hacker dog. So,
oh, hi, I'm Gus. I'm here to tell a story about a friend of mine and something that happened to them with Facebook and email.
I'm Emmanuel, you probably know that, and I'd like to introduce Kevin Mitnick.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I used to be a social engineer. Used to be.
All right, I think we're still trying to figure out how the phone works. Is this the phone? It's a touch-tone phone. Beautiful model. Tell us something about this, Bernie.
It's a classic Western Electric telephone company property touch-tone phone with a real mechanical ringer. And it was specially modified with a noise-canceling microphone because when we call people during this talk, we don't want them to hear you guys laughing. And there's a push-to-talk switch here so that only when one of us are pushing it down will they hear us. So it basically cuts out more laughter, which kind of would blow the whole thing. So that's what we do.
This phone was built in 1977, according to what it says on the bottom. And how many of you think your cell phones are going to be around for over 30 years? All right. Why don't we start with an anecdote? Maybe Gus would be a good time for you to tell your anecdote, and
Yeah.
then we'll maybe try some demonstrations, take suggestions.
Okay. You don't want to talk about what kind of demonstrations we're doing today first?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still thinking about
Still
that
thinking?
actually.
Okay.
I couldn't find any
So-
phone books, so I have to sort of come up with things on the web, but we're working on it.
I'm going to put this in a hypothetical second person. It happened to a friend of mine, and I just want to sort of imagine if this happened to you. Imagine you have a name that's relatively common. We'll say friend's name is Jennifer Smith. So person happened to get jsmith@gmail.com. Pretty amazing. Everybody on the internet suddenly believes that jsmith@gmail.com belongs to them. So jsmith@gmail.com begins to get emails saying, "Hi, honey, here's our tax returns. Hi, honey, here's some pictures of that car wreck. Here's a giant gaping scar. Pictures of the baby. Pictures of the vacation. Here's the person calling from, the job you just interviewed for, and we wanted to get back in touch with you and talk a little bit further about this job opportunity." This actually happened. So you end up with a great deal of information about people and ways you can slot yourself into their storyline in some way. Say somebody used this email address to sign you up for Facebook. Say, for example, that Facebook doesn't quite calculate email addresses the same way that Gmail does, where if you put a period in it and you did j.smith or jsmith, that could be two different accounts, whereas on Gmail it's only one account. Maybe you could log into that person's Facebook account. It'd be pretty easy to change the password. Maybe they already logged in themselves. Maybe they already had a couple of friends. Could you perhaps look at who those people's friends were and begin to friend them and build your own friend network? Say this person was, somewhere in another state. What would you do? Could you, for example, say people started saying yes to friend requests without even knowing who you were, to the tune of 100 people not even questioning that this person who claims to be Jennifer Smith at gmail.com is the person they say they are. Don't challenge it once. Say you begin to populate that Facebook account with the things that you've been getting from that Gmail address. Like, here's the pictures of that car wreck. Boy, that was kind of a pain. Here's the pictures of our ski vacation. Nice picture of a baby as the profile photo. Do you think that perhaps somebody might say, let's suddenly give you one of those little Facebook awards for like, oh, you're the best dad because you have a baby, or best mom or whatever. So I just want to say that this happened. This all happened, and my friend ended up with a friend network in Kentucky of 80 people who had never once challenged that she was who she said she was before she took it down and said, this is ridiculous, I can't do this any longer. So social engineering can be done because people just give you this stuff, and it happens. So that's maybe all I have to say.
Okay, we're still working out the phone kinks, and I think Kevin's got a story to share while we do that.
You want a story? Okay. I was on the panel 2 years ago, and I don't recall if I told the story because I don't want to say it again. Did I cover the story about the social engineering attack on Motorola? Does anyone remember? Yes or no? I did? No, Motorola. Oh,
That was a different one.
Okay, this is a different one. All right, I'll tell this one. So at the time, it was 1993. I'm living in Denver, Colorado. At the time, I wasn't living under the name of Kevin Mitnick because certain law enforcement agencies wanted to speak with me, and I didn't want to talk to them. So I was living under the name of Eric Weiss. Why Eric Weiss?